Welcome to the world of pain, where one small step can lead you to your death. Some rooms are safe, others have traps.
It's traps.
What do you mean, traps?
How did they get there? For an overview, in the movie Cube, each character had a defined purpose of why they were suited for the challenge. Levin understood mathematical patterns of the cube to a high degree, but not enough to actually do it all by herself. Kazan could do the math at a higher degree, but had to rely on others due to being mentally handicapped. There was Ren, who was able to use his wits to outthink the trap's detection. Holloway was a doctor and was able to help those in need at times.
No, it just makes me go, why me and not one of the other 10 million doctors out there?
And Quentin, a cop, who worked to discover each other's talents to solve how to get out. And then there was Worth, who was there, out of
Guilt.
No one's gonna come.
Worth, more like
Worthless.
well, he did work on the shell of the cube and knew some facts about the measurements about it. I believe the reason he was cynical was because he thought if he solved his way through the cube, that would consider himself playing as a rat in the maze, and he didn't want to take part in that, so he would rather take his pride and die. Or it could have just been the
Guilt.
That's why he stayed with us. To confess.
But this video is not about Worth. This video is about a character that died in the first 4 minutes of the movie, other known as Alderson. Some say his purpose was unknown. Others say his death was the purpose to show how gruesome the traps were.
Good job, Aldi. Nice job taking one for the team. You really showed great value. Wow, what a guy.
But I have a theory on Alderson's potential on how he could have solved it all on his own. A purpose that could have reconstructed the whole dynamic of the movie. A hint, given the beginning of the movie, that flew over everyone's heads when it was right in front of them.
No more talking. No more guessing. Don't even think about nothing that's not right in front of you.
Would you like a hint? Here it is. Didn't get that? How about this one? Okay, one more time. There were voices. He heard the voices of the traps. And that wasn't just artistic sound effects, he actually heard those voices. This man was the psychic. The 3 rooms he checked, the incinerator room, the slicer room, and the room where Quentin almost got his head cut off, those 3 rooms were traps. If only he knew that they had traps in those rooms, he would have been more cautious and listened to the voices of the rooms to find his way out of there. There was a reason why he was alone. Because he could have done the whole thing by himself. He didn't need the other guys. He could have navigated his way to the edge, flown with his psychic wings, find his way to the door, and win the $5 million prize at the end of the rainbow. But no. Instead, we had to settle for a movie with a jailbird, a loner, a pervert, a nutball, a paranoiac, and Mr. Goddamn fucking Guilt. I'm done.
There is no way out of here! Hello!
Going back through the movie, I noticed that when Quentin opened the door, he was able to hear the voices. And possibly sense a trap. He knew that the room was trapped when Levin entered. He knew the dangers of the room. It could have been the voices, it could have been Alderson's dice corpse on the floor. Who knows?
Why were you afraid of that room?
Give me a minute, I said.
But also the last thing the Ren heard before dying, besides the acid trap, was the voices of the room.
Nailed.
Well, do you know what I have to say to that? Aldi heard them better.
He's a psychic.